Hey everyone, it's Meredith Vintage here, hanging out with my friend.
The Tune Archivist here, and we're out here with a beautiful ocean view. And guess what we're doing today?
What are we doing?
Cleaning moldy tapes.
Okay. And we're gonna take you step by step through the process of cleaning moldy beta tapes, because I know there's plenty of VHS moldy cleaning methods out there, but haven't seen any for betas.
Yes guys, we have never seen a single video out there over cleaning the moldy Betamax tapes. So today you will be learning.
And we have a very special tape for you too, the very first day ever of MTV. And unfortunately, there's a tiny bit of mold on it, but my friend, the Tune Archivist, and I are gonna save this relic of a tape.
Stay tuned.
Are you ready? So step one, what you're gonna need to clean the tape. You're gonna need a screwdriver, some Q-tips, some rubbing alcohol, a mold cleaner.
And guys, if you guys don't have a mold cleaner, you can use like a burner VCR.
Yeah.
You can use that and you will be able to get the job done with a machine like that.
And my friend, the Tune Archivist, he came up with a method of cleaning these moldy tapes because, tell him what's the shell.
Because basically what you can do is you can put the beta tape inside a VHS shell, and then when it contacts with these points right here, it's able to actually just move the reels and get the tape clean just like a regular VHS would.
Super cool. Okay, so let's get started. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Cool. Okay.
Stay tuned.
Okay, so what first I'm gonna open this beta shell, and manicure is optional, but it's the cuter way to go. Okay, so let's unscrew the tape. So there's four screws in a beta tape, and you have to get all of them to be able to open it. And do you want to get the VHS shell ready? Well,
that's right. Oops, looks like I put it in the machine.
we're just so excited to clean the tape. Okay. Almost there. Getting the last screw out. Okay. And what I do to open the beta tapes is I poke over here on the tab to open the flap because I don't want the film to get hinged. So here's what it looks like inside the mold. So now I'm gonna take out the reel, and the Tune Archivist is gonna put this reel into the VHS shell. Kind of like a Frankenstein thing, but
it's basically
it works.
Frankenstein two shells together.
But it works.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna hand this over to the Tune Archivist, and he's gonna do his thing. And in case you're wondering, everybody, my manicure was unharmed in the process of this.
Alright, so moving on to the VHS, you're gonna have 5 screws you have to undo. So just get it out. Very simple process. You can just get like a screwdriver from Home Depot, or you can get it online. It's pretty common to find these.
But you want to make sure you get the proper screwdriver, because you do not want to strip the screws, because they're almost impossible to get out. Because I learned that the hard way.
That's right. You definitely don't want to strip the screws.
Yeah, because then they're stuck forever, which you do not want.
So once you got all the screws out, you want to make sure to put the tape flat down on where you can see, like when it's face up. Otherwise, all the parts will be falling out, and you'll be left with trying to put the thing back together, which is a nightmare.
And putting it back together is like a nightmare of a puzzle you don't want to do.
Yeah, I've done it, and it takes a good 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay, so he just took out the VHS shell, not the VHS shell, the VHS reel, and now he's inputting the MTV beta reel.
That's right.
But you see, he's making sure that he's going around the correct tape path with the tabs, because you don't want it to go the wrong way.
You put it in.
So be very careful.
Sometimes it takes a couple of tries. It's pretty windy out here too in this wonderful weather.
It's a tiny bit windy.
So.
But it's okay, he got it.
So once you get it all in properly, you can go ahead and just make sure it's in there properly. It goes through the right path. It needs to go through here like this. Then you need to make sure you have it like this. Show close up. Okay. So once you got it, you want to make sure when you put it in to just keep this part up so you don't damage the film.
Yeah, because you don't want to smush the film.
So once you got it and you hear it, just close the top.
Yeah.
Put the screws back in, and you'll notice these reels will be kind of loose, but don't worry too much about it. It's not going to affect.
Yeah, because we're not playing the tape in a VHS player. We're just using it to clean.
Exactly.
On a cleaner.
Yeah, and as far as Betas should have smaller reels, and that's the reason why it's like so loose in there.
But the cleaner doesn't touch the film. It only touches.
It only touches the top.
Yeah.
Doesn't like wrap around like a VHS. So then you put the screw back in. So now we got the recording of MTV's first show, as is labeled here, inside a VHS shell. So we'll go ahead and put it in the mold cleaner and get it cleaned.
Now we're going to be Vanna White and hand the mold cleaner over to the tune archive.
Alright, here we go.
Let's do it.
So what you do is you want to align these wheels together. It's going to fit. And once it's nice and snug,
let's just show them what it's supposed to look like.
We'll just do a quick test to make sure it works. And it does.
Awesome.
So then when we do that, just rewind it all the way back.
Yep. And now mold be gone.
Yeah, mold be gone. We're going to eliminate the mold with the old-fashioned method of putting isopropyl alcohol.
Yep.
And then we'll go ahead and start the process.
Okay. Let's start rolling.
Yep. Let's see how it's going.
So far, so good. I know I want my MTV. Do you want your MTV?
Oh, certainly. I want my MTV.
We're going to get this MTV with no mold because
we're going to be rocking and rolling. So this mold cleaner, guys, it's basically a machine you can pick up on eBay. And basically it's a really nice machine because it lets you just put the tape without any extra effort. But if you guys have like a regular VHS player, you guys should be able to align the reels and be able to clean it with a regular player.
Yeah, with flipping the top off, of course. So
yeah,
you can see.
So you can take like something like a piece of paper or a Q-tip and just rub it there while it's cleaning, and that'll get your tape clean. Because as far as we know, if there's any beta mold cleaners, there's very few of them, and they're very hard to find.
Because betas went out of style before I was even born, so it's really hard. Even the newest betas are way older than me.
Oh, way older than me.
Probably both of us combined as a Betamax.
Yes. It's very impressive because she has 2 working Betamax players. Well, I have 1, and I'm trying to get it working. But
no, you'll get it.
I'll get it. It's working.
Yeah, we'll be beta buddies.
Yes.
It's almost there.
Is it? Let's see. Yeah, it is almost there.
It's almost there. It's super exciting.
And you can already tell as it comes to the other side, you'll notice you won't see the white specks anymore. That's because it pretty much eliminates them. It has cotton here that basically just wipes it all away. It gives you a very clean tape. And we've done this in the past. We've cleaned 17 tapes and all of them were good.
And they were pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then we made them awesome again.
That's right.
It's almost there.
It's almost there.
It's almost ready to be reshelled.
Yep.
Also, big thing while we're waiting, these tabs inside the beta tape, on the older beta tapes there was a defect where they were held together by glue, and they started to get loose. So I've come across a lot of beta tapes where either the glue was really loose and the tabs were out of the shell, or it was almost coming off. So be aware of that, because you do not want them ruining your tapes or your player.
So now I'm going to hand it over to Meredith Vintage, and she's going to take this out of the shell and put it back in the beta tape.
Yep.
In the beta shell.
We gave this tape a makeover in a good way.
Yep.
Okay. Got it.
And yeah, to show you guys what the reels look like, they look really clean. I just checked it, and you can't even tell that it was ever moldy.
Yep. The mold is gone, thankfully. Okay.
Mold be gone.
And yes, ladies, you can do this with a manicure. Same thing, the Tune Archivist said, make sure you open the flap first, because you do not want to scrunch your film.
That's right. I've done it myself, and I ruined the start of a good tape.
Yeah,
So
no,
definitely be warned about that.
Before we put the reel back in the VHS, there's some mold left on the plastic reel itself. So we're gonna just get that off with just some normal Q-tips you can pick up at CVS, Costco, wherever you shop, and some rubbing alcohol that you can pick up anywhere, like at any drugstore, or Walmart, wherever you like to shop.
Or you could use like a toothbrush too.
Oh yeah, you can do that too. Okay, so you can see the reels are still moldy. You can right over here and here, not on the film, just on the reels. So we want to erase all this mold, because of course we don't like mold.
Yep. And the thing about mold is if you put a moldy tape in another VCR, then it's going to get mold all over your other VCR, and it's basically going to cause a chain of problems.
Yeah, so we just want to stop that in its tracks now. Okay. So just put a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on this Q-tip, and let's wipe off the rest of the mold. It's underneath and on top of the reel, so we're just getting rid of that. It's a little bit on this reel too.
Yep.
Almost there. Oh, it's even on the bottom plastic. Wow, the mold just went everywhere.
Oh yeah, you can never control it. And this is not even the worst we've seen. We've seen way worse than this.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
This was more like a walk in the park compared to some of the other ones we've had to tackle.
Definitely, definitely. Okay, so now this reel. Look, now it's like super clean. It looks really cute because all the mold is gone.
The proof.
Now we're just gonna put this back together. You want it to be very taut, the film. See, it should be like this.
Yep. You want to make sure you don't get the film under this tab.
Oh no, definitely not, because then it won't play correctly in the player, or you might wrinkle the film as well.
That's right.
Okay, so now putting it back together, what I like to do is I like to hold the top of the flaps before putting this back together, so I don't scrunch the film. And you want to have like a really relaxed hand, because you don't want to scrunch the film. Okay, you want to hear a little click. I don't know if you guys heard that, but there was a tiny click, which means we're good to go, which is really awesome.
Right, yep.
And now we just want to put the screws back in.
Oh, we're getting close to that MTV.
Yeah, really, we're getting close to this finish line of seeing the very first day of MTV.
Yep.
We're just gonna screw the tape back together.
Oh man, the excitement is freaking killing me.
I know, the suspense, right?
Yeah, the suspense is killing me.
Also, just to mention, sometimes the alcohol, it saturates the film a little bit, so you might have to let it sit for 30 minutes to an hour, I would say.
Definitely.
Because in the player,
it's going to sometimes, it might jitter around, or just give it some time to sit down, and then you can go ahead and put it in the VCR.
Okay, the Tune Archivist, this is our moment of truth. Were we able to see the MTV tape?
Let's find out.
Okay. We did it. The tape is intact and so is my manicure. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see footage from this very first day of MTV, let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe to Meredith Vintage and the Tune Archivist, and thanks so much for hanging out with us. While this dries, we're going to go hang out at the beach.
Yep, let's go to the
beach.
beach.
Bye everyone.